Um, I told you guys we had patch notes, and
Mhm.
all these characters got reworks pretty much. Um, and we're not gonna go like deep into the patch notes. I'm not gonna like sit here and read Ichigo increased fighting spirit away. I'm not doing all of that. I know that I did notice with my character, Yoruichi, her Ankin reaches much further after awakening, if I'm not mistaken, which allows me not to feel like I'm being boxed out from half court when I'm fighting people who have projectiles. Like it feels like I have an option, especially because the Ankin doesn't actually stagger you, not really anyway. But yeah, a lot of these characters got changed, and the boys, Ichigo took a massive hit. His loops don't work anymore, I don't think. I'm pretty sure they don't work. I saw a video on Twitter that suggested that they don't. And I saw that Soifone is no longer able to do super long combos. And so I'm not sure about all of the rest of the changes. I want to kind of give it to you to see if there's anything in particular that stood out to you about this and anything that you wanted to say about any of it.
Oh yeah, cool. I have a small list prepared in my mind. Shinji didn't really change that much. Please, guys, just a little bit of love.
We have a video says Shinji needs help. Please go watch
I'm
that.
saying, like, I think. Let me. I always want to start off on a positive. I appreciate the fact that there is like a logic, an explained logic behind why things change. I think that's something that people aren't going to care about, but I do, because I understand when you're as you're moving things through, and as you're looking for a certain level of balance, that level is. If you change one thing, somebody they're gonna get up in arms. I fully understand it. I appreciate that there's like character intent behind every single change. What you wanted to do, what you intend to do, how you expect certain matches to play out. It looks like, from what I can see from certain character intent changes, that they want a more slow-paced match depending on the characters that are playing. I appreciate that. I'm also very glad Ichigo got patched into the ground.
I'm not. I want that combo. I want it back.
No, leave it gone. If you hopped on and played a free match at any point, if you played 10 free matches, 7 of them were Ichigo's. Please, guys, I just want character diversity. I don't even think I'm asking for it. I just want character diversity.
Yeah, that was something that I really liked about, like, that I really wanted to see in Dragon Ball FighterZ. One of the issues with Dragon Ball FighterZ is when you got the fusions to be at the level that they were, people stopped trying to be better with other characters, and they were just like, okay, fusion 17 or fusions and then a third character. You know what I'm saying? And so it really, you put all this DLC on this game for people to play 2 characters and then a random third maybe. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. No, I fully understand that, and that's something that I feel. In directly addressing individual characters, Tyr didn't feel like she's taking any version of like a far step back. If I have to put steps into numbers, maybe a quarter step. I feel like it depends who's playing. And I don't know if that's the intention, but I'm certain that probably wasn't the inherent goal there. I do like that they gave certain characters better reach, better extension. As far as I know, and I don't have a full like played out test or theory for this, but as far as I know, breakers that people feel like are still being abused, they probably still feel the same. Now you can speak to that more than I can to this point.
But this is my thing though. I don't understand. So this is my thing. If you get grabbed in this game, you got grabbed in this game. Unless you have that situation like at the beginning of my one video where like I clearly tried to break the grab and it just gave it to him anyway. But like for the most part, like there's a person dashing across the screen at you to grab you. You mean to tell me in all of that time you couldn't press the breaker button to also breaker so that you don't get grabbed?
Well, so to be fair to the general public, yeah, kind of, but certain characters have breaker logic. Like it's tough because so there is and you can't change this. There is different breaker logic across certain characters. So like we kind of base it off of feel, but like in the matches that I did them like day by day by day. Saijin's breaker felt like it was coming out slower than the soy phone, and there may be some logic to that of like, oh yeah, it's supposed to play out this way, but in internet where there you can desync and there might be like a frame off or two, that could technically be the difference between you getting combo to death and just being able to like enjoy the game. No, and then the other thing is go ahead.
I'm gonna let you finish because I have a direct pushback to the thing you said about internet.
Okay, and then to that same logic, the only other I'm not necessarily gonna say this is an issue. I'll say that people's logic behind it is they try to. I was gonna say that just for you. I'm not gonna say that. They try to perfect flash step or counter it instead of trying to just deflect or combat it, try to offset it. You know,
see,
they're trying.
That's the problem. Do you know how gracious the timing is on that grab break? You don't know how many times I reacted to a grab late and broke it. You don't know. You don't know. So if anything, I think it should be less gracious. I think it should be harder. Whoa. I think it should be harder for you to block it. Because all it is pressing the button when they grab you. If bro is running across the screen, because a lot of times the main characters that use grabs are characters that need to get in anyway. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I use grab a lot. I know that. Why do I use grab a lot? Mm-hmm. Because my character has to fight you in your face. And so if I don't open you up, I'm just in your face for no reason. So I have to grab you. That's like my game. You know what I mean? So you should know that and be like, okay, I'm gonna block this. I'm gonna do it. Now that can get baited, but that's just how the game is played. But these people, like, when I be playing at the beginning of these matches, I don't understand how people get grabbed 3 or 4 times in a row. I don't understand it. Like you can see it coming. It's right there.
3 to 4 times in a row is a little egregious.
But that's what I mean.
But that's the thing. So the thing. Oh, this is gonna significantly debate, which I'm fine with. I understand your logic, but so for me, it's not just how things are at the point that I'm playing it. How much worse does it get further up a scale? So if you, how do I phrase this? Okay, from a distance, easy. You should just be pressing the button. You have time. You're watching someone float towards you. You should react, or you're gonna try to mash. Whatever you choose to do.
But that's another thing. People, if you knew how many times I got hit out of grabs, then it is bad to me. Sometimes it feels like, oh my gosh, that's how I be feeling sometimes. But you're telling me people feel that way about getting grabbed, but there's a color that shows up on the screen.
There is, but that's the other thing too. Even to breaker, even to, it's not even our pushback, but just to extend upon the point, breaker logic also didn't work for everybody depending on the character you use. Now, granted, they said they fixed, but I don't know how true that is, and we're not really gonna have a full understanding of that because, like, okay, it came out in this patch, but it wasn't in the previous one. Side note too. Really glad that I beat the story. To all people who are going to beat the story now, your life is going to be so much easier. Anyway, back to the original point.
Wait, can I go back? Wait. When you say it's gonna be easier, I need to know why.
Because Urahara couldn't hit off of a breaker.
Oh, so now I can do that?
Yeah, that's why I feel like breaker logic was bad for some people.
I need to go back and see if Shunsui can now.
he should be able to too, because I think that was one of the things they over actually being able to, because that was one of the problems. Again, like some people's experience is gonna be the experience that I had, which is like you played this for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, no break, and then you might have like took a break and now you play like sparingly. So your logic of how you may feel about breakers is going to differ from that of somebody that like, oh well, I bought the game last week.
Okay.
Because for you, it might have felt okay, but like you weren't playing. You didn't. I'm not even gonna say you weren't playing every character. You didn't get to experience every. It's like playing Urahara and having to like, okay, yeah, this doesn't extend. So now every time I either got to try to find a way to throw in a dash or use a spiritual pressure move or use a signature. Like there's just a lot of ways in. To the initial point though, not from a distance, you should just be able to tech it. I'm not gonna argue about that. From a distance, you should just kind of be able to take that or mash through. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. I think you should tech it, but if you want to mash, be my guest.
And I think there are some instances where you get grabbed regardless. Like there was a time when I was playing, I clearly tech. I know I tech. I pressed the button like a freak. I felt it, and I still got grabbed. It kind of is what it is. That's not the majority of the cases, and that's gonna piss me off because I feel like I broke the grab. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But as long as the next time he grabbed me, I'll break free, even if the game glitch a little bit, because that happened to me too. The game will glitch a little bit. I'll grab, he grab, and then it break us apart.
Mm-hmm.
But it looked like I got grabbed, so I was confused. I was like, "What?" And then boom. You know what I'm saying? Cool, but like we can't do this thing where we act like grab has just been this unstoppable force in the game. Anybody who has any amount of range on you, there are times where you'll try to grab getting close to these people and you'll completely miss. You're gonna see it in some of these games. I completely miss grabs in people's faces, and they do the same grab at the same time in about the same distance and get it.
Nah, I agree. So that's the thing. I agree, but the only pushback here is purely anecdotal. But you also you're especially as the way that we have this year kind of slated to go. I can comfortably say by the end of this year, be like the full-fledged gamer that everyone like alleges to be. Everyone thinks that their problems are just them and like it's happening to everyone. No one thinks that like no one views their life to be in the minority. Everyone views what they experience to be the majority. Like you could the breaker logic. There are people that feel like, oh, I had that, or I should have gotten that, or oh, like it's not gracious. I can't debate you because I think most of the bad experiences are in the minority. But I can't tell you it's.
Those are just the ones that stick out as the bad ones.
Yeah, but I can't tell you it's not because I don't know how much time you're gonna commit to the game, how much time you're playing the game. If you spent 5 hours playing exclusively free matches and now ranked, you're probably gonna feel like you're probably gonna feel like it's a little reach than it actually is. And then the other thing is you play at varying skill levels, so I don't.
It just
I don't
kills. It just breaker logic just kills me because I know I'll be playing a game and I will have gotten mixed out my Jordans. Like I will have gotten mixed out my Jordans. I will tap that R1 and it'll give me the break. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna say nothing. Yeah, like I feel like I'm stealing.
That, and with respect to people too, there were times where breaker logic felt kind of delayed. There were times where I don't let go of the button, but they'll still do the full reach. I'm like, nigga, I didn't stop it. I'm not stopping this early. I know where I'm trying to land. So, yeah, no.
To the other point that you made, it in the general adjustments, it says that adjusted almost all characters so that they can connect combos with light attacks after breaker. So yeah, that wasn't something that needed to be character specific, which means I need to go back to playing Choraku because I need to see it. I need to see it through because that was one of my gripes. I used to hate that. I grab because I was playing Toby. You remember in the tournament?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I had to fight to get in there, and then when I get in there, I grab him and hit him back away from me, and it's like, oh my god.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm interested in that.
Please don't take off my mind.